What's happening, everyone, and welcome to the More Life Frequency podcast. If you're looking to infuse your events with an epic party vibe or get started in the entertainment industry, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Isaac, and after a decade of rocking dance floors from Australia to Greece, I'm here to share the strategies and stories from my journey in the entertainment business. Welcome to episode 1 of the More Life Frequency podcast, and thanks so much for joining me. Today, we're diving into the top 4 must-know tips for an epic event. These are game changers that will take your party from level 0 to level 100 real quick. So let's start off with number 4, which is budget for the beat. What do I mean by that? It's the budget for the entertainment. And trust me when I say this is not where you should cut corners. So you really want to make sure that if this event is super special for you, like, you know, it's an engagement party or it's your 21st, something that, let's be honest, you're going to remember for the rest of your life, you want to put enough funds in order to book somebody who is super professional and knows what they're doing, a DJ or an entertainer that's going to make your night and your guest's night super memorable and a night that you're never going to forget. So a lesson I've learned over the years is sometimes when people are organizing events and going on to throw these, let's say, for example, engagement parties, they focus a lot on, you know, providing things like fancy plates, and they end up paying the venue an extra $1,500 or $2,000 just for that. Or I had a friend of mine throwing his engagement party and they charged $2,000 extra just to include some fancy tablecloths and placemats. I don't know about you, but nobody 10 years down the line is going to come back and say, "Oh, do you remember those placemats at that guy's engagement? Oh my God, they were off the hook, like completely off the hook." No one cares. No one cares about that. So focus on things that people are going to actually remember the party by, which is the entertainment, how much they danced, how much they enjoyed the night. And that means putting a budget aside for a DJ and for an entertainer. And don't let price be the only factor that you make your decision by. A lesson I learned a long time ago, and I'm grateful that I did, which applies when buying any product basically, is, and write this down into your notes so you remember, it's buy it nice or buy it twice. That's definitely the realest talk I have heard, and one of the quotes I keep remembering whenever I'm going to purchase something is that, you know, if you cheap out, you're going to get what you pay for. If I rewind the clock a bit and talk about my experience getting booked as a DJ, it's not the first time that a client has rejected my quote because of the price, and it definitely won't be the last. But there have been times that, let's say, for an engagement party, I put forward a certain quote, or for a 21st, I put forward a certain quote, and that'd be rejected, and weeks or months down the line, I'm out, I'm with my brother, we're off for a surf, nice sunny day, and I get a call from that client that said no to me because of the price, and she goes, "Oh my God, you won't believe it. My DJ just pulled out on me. How much is it that you quoted? I'll pay whatever. I just need someone to play. Are you free tonight? Are you free tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm free. Here's my price." And I went and I did the gig. But imagine the stress this person must have been under, knowing that on the day of the event that her DJ just pulled out of the gig and she's going to have nobody to play the music and perform on the night. Like, it's something that's so detrimental to your event. if your DJ or entertainer gets pulled out. So put the money behind it in order to secure the booking. If you only pay your DJ or entertainer $100, or you give him a six-pack for playing your event, don't be surprised when they come back and say, hey, I can't make it, because they would have taken any other opportunity that pays a little bit more and leave you hanging high and dry. That's not what I would do, but a lot of DJs, unfortunately, do that. So, I mean, put your hands in your pocket, buy it nice or buy it twice, and trust me, you will save yourself lots of heartache. Cut back on the other stuff that doesn't really matter towards people's enjoyment, and you will thank yourself for it. Coming in at number 3, here's my hot tip, which is match the music. Now, don't forget this one either. Music style is everything. And sometimes DJs specialize in certain genres, like, let's say, house music. So don't book a house music DJ if you want your engagement party to be an 80s night. Like, okay, he might be able to DJ or she might be able to DJ, but you want 80s. They specialize in house music. DJing isn't just pressing play and pressing a button, despite what a lot of people think. There's a skill involved and a craft to be mastered, and it takes a certain skill for a DJ to mix a certain song at a certain time and mix into other tracks and make it sound seamless while also engaging the crowd. And some DJs do it better with house, some do it better with 80s. So do your research on the DJ or the entertainer. There's so many resources available these days. You can have a look at their website to find out about the entertainer or DJ. You can go onto SoundCloud to check out their DJ mixes and have a listen. YouTube is great for videos and past performances. Like, the list is absolutely endless. And of course, you can go search for some podcasts like this, More Life Frequency. Shameless plug, I know, but it'll just get you a bit more comfortable with the entertainer and the DJ that you are booking, to make sure you're getting what you paid for and that the DJ caters for the music that you want and the vibe you want for your night. Coming in at number 2, we've got my tip, which is communicate, communicate, communicate. And this means talking to your DJ about your music preferences. What do you want played on the night? What do you don't want played on the night? Do you have certain songs that need to come on at a certain time? Talk about music genres as well. So remember, I just said you've got your house music DJs. Well, house comes under a lot of subgenres as well. So you've got deep house, you've got Afro house, you've got all sorts of house music. So they might be a house music DJ and they think that for your event, deep house would really suit. Not everybody really knows what deep house actually is. So just by chatting to the DJ, you'll be on the same page of the type of music genre that is actually being spoken about and that could suit your event. Let them know also specific artists that you like, songs that you love. Share a playlist with them that will capture the mood that you are after at your event, and describe the energy that you want to create. And remember that the more you share with your DJ, the more epic the music and the experience will be. Here it comes, the number 1 tip that you've been waiting for, and we're throwing a curveball. It has nothing to do with the actual entertainer. It's actually all about the venue and doing a venue vibe check. The most important tip by far, to make sure the venue matches the vibe that you're going for. Is the venue DJ friendly? Do they have your setup needs? And so think about that for a second. For example, some people might want a stage at their event or some room for big speakers and a sub. And not all venues are going to be the best for that sort of event. If you want an intimate venue, making sure it's a bit of a smaller space with a cozy vibe, it goes a long way when you envision what you ultimately want. It saves a lot of time and hassle. I'm going to rewind the clock a little bit and tell a bit of a story about one of my previous gigs that was held at a venue it was beautiful. It was super nice, 360 views of the ocean, one story up. So, having that view of all the yachts and things like that, it was a sunny afternoon, amazing. That party vibe was in the air, and you can just sense it. Now, I did this gig with another DJ, my business partner actually, and he pointed something out when we were going to set up equipment. And he goes, "Hey, Ice, have a look at the room that we're going to play in." And I said, "What about it?" And he goes, It's made of wood." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, like it's made of wood." He said, "And there's a restaurant downstairs." And we kind of looked at each other and go, "Oh, damn. This is going to be interesting." Because we knew that the gig that we were about to play, like, they wanted to get the party pumping and the people jumping for sure. So, lo and behold, the party starts again, like such a vibe where this place was. Awesome. And from the moment the hen entered the room, it was on. The party was on. People were dancing. People were singing. And the energy was high. What happens next? The venue owner coming up the steps. If the music was on mute, you could probably hear her footsteps going boom, boom, boom. But we could feel that in the air that someone was coming. And when she opened the door, to the room, to the function room, we knew like, oh, she nor happy. So she came up to us and politely goes, "Hey guys, do you mind if you turn it down a little bit?" And we were like, okay, like that's absolutely fine, not a problem. But on the other hand, in the back of our minds, our client is paying for us to perform and to ensure people have a great time. And when a speaker is as low as an iPhone volume, it's a little bit hard to do that. So, of course, as the night goes on, as more and more people start dancing, that volume is going to creep up a little bit more. And then, of course, venue manager comes storming into the room again and goes, "I told you to turn it down before. Why are you turning it up now?" And, you kind of have to just be like, yeah, okay, we'll keep it down. But it's just that conflict of interest sort of situation where the client's paying you in order to perform, but the venue is not allowing that. So don't put the DJ or entertainer in that situation, please, because I ensure they will want to make your event absolutely unforgettable. And if the venue is always coming around asking to turn it down, or God forbid, shuts it down, it's a little bit hard to do so. Now, look, that goes without saying, this event that we did was an absolute blast and it went really well. Eventually, the venue manager gave up coming up and asking to turn it down, but it must not have been fun for the people downstairs having dinner. So just think about the type of venue that you go for and do this before you even book your act, your DJ or your entertainer, and it'll save you a ton of hassle and ensure them good vibes. So there you have it, your top 4 must-know tips for an epic event. We've covered setting aside a budget for your DJ or entertainer, recruiting the right DJ for your music taste, the importance of communication with the DJ or entertainer, and making sure you book the most epic venue for your dream event. By considering these details, I'm sure you're going to minimize stress and maximize them good vibes. If you got value from this episode, please follow the podcast to help us bring you more event planning gold. Be sure to share this episode with somebody planning a party and check out our website, morlyfe.com.au, for more resources and DJ bookings. I'm Isaac, and thanks for tuning in to the More Life Frequency. Until next time, all the best and stuff the rest.